if we could change the world? What if we could change the
flowing grains, golden sun, gentle rain, awaken and arise, looking for sunrise. Millets swaying all around, once lost now found, nourishing body and soul. It's time to make us whole.
I'm just going to introduce him. I know most of you have seen or heard about him in YouTube videos, several other sessions, but for those who do not know who he is, I'm just going to give him a brief intro. Of course, it's a page long, but brief, that's what it is. So, bear with me. So, Khader bachelor's and master's in Regional Institute of Education at Mysuru, and then proceeded for doing his PhD in steroid chemistry in Indian Institute of Science. That's a reputed institute in India. It's also called as TUTA Institute. After doing that, he actually got an opportunity to do his postdoc fellowship at Oregon State University. Oregon, I think it is called as Oregon's Graduate Center in Beaverton, Oregon. While in Oregon, Dr. Khader Garu researched on wood, scientifically called as lignin, and published several papers. It's a wood, like timber. After completing his research, he joined CFTRI back in Mysuru as a senior scientist and in biochemistry and nutrition. Once he completed that session, he was invited and he was given an opportunity at DuPont in 1993. So he came back to Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware. He was working in several departments within doing R&D in DuPont, and finally he was deputed to lead a newly built plant, a research plant in Baroda, Gujarat. So that's when he came back to India. However, while working there, he realized that he wanted to see how much, especially because he has been doing so much of research on food and the soil, he started looking at redefining and changing the food patterns. He then, based on that, once he found out that there's a whole lot of scope, he resigned from the job and started as an independent scientist and started practicing in Mysuru. Dr. Khader Garu established a Harsuru Hani clinic to practice homeopathic medicine and to train doctors how to use food systems to heal. One of them happens to be his own daughter, Dr. Sarala, who is a BHMS doctor by profession, but is a nutrition and food expert now. Dr. Khader Garu traveled extensively to villages and cities across Karnataka, Andhra, Telangana, Punjab, Haryana, and across the rest of the country to spread the awareness about millets as our staple grains and their importance in preventing and curing illnesses. Dr. Khader collected soil samples from dry regions, this is the best part, from dry regions and experimented to isolate bacterial and fungal strains to create microorganisms broth which when sprayed on a dry land brought confidence to farmers to grow crops like millets, bajra, etc., which are basically where the rainfall is very minimal to low, to zero rather. He trained thousands of farmers on rain-fed agriculture called jungle farming, Khadu Krishi, by abandoning chemical fertilizers and pesticides and to grow real foods, protect the environment, protect the soil, and conserve the earth's flora and fauna at the same time. Dryland farmers across India who were marginalized are now becoming economically sound as Dr. Khader brought demand for villagers' produce as superfood across the cities and to grow the most sustainable food for our next generation. So he is working relentlessly for the past 25 years to bring back millets, food consciousness, and develop sustainable living models. Now he's into the next step, how to really develop this sustainable living models for the next generation. He's a seasoned speaker on millets and dryland farming techniques in institutions and universities and across the countries of USA, UAE, and Nigeria, etc. Dr. Khader is a recipient of several awards like Ahimsa Prashasti by Jain Samaj, Krishi Ratna by Raitu Foundation, Nava Nakshatra by TV9, and was conferred with honorary doctorate in SFT, University Gurgaon. Now, earlier this year, Dr. Khader was presented with one of the nation's highest civilian award for exceptional achievement and service, Padmasri, by our President of India, Draupadi Murmu. With that said, with my connections of family relationship with him and his family, I can say with whatever I read in this, he's a person who practices what he preaches. A man with integrity and a discipline and very active. As you have seen, the last time when we saw everybody in our family, we were saying that he has come down on his weight. Well, he practices a lot of walking and then continues to work for preaching everybody and the millets and land growing techniques. So with that said, let me welcome Dr. Khader.
Human race is out of whack. We have now 18% of the kids are born mentally ill, mentally retarded, mentally not functioning properly, and we have different names, ADHD, autism, and all kinds of different, but basically they are not functional. I mean, functional kids are not being born apart from physically handicapped, that there is no ear, there is no leg, there is no hole in the heart. All these things put together, we are now having 18 to 23% of these kinds of kids born. And the sole reason is very simple, the sperm and the ovum are not all right. That's basically it. So that means we are not producing the right raw material. And even after the fertilized ovum is in the uterus, we are not providing the right materials to build the organs of the baby. As simple as that. That means we are out of whack. If it is 1% okay, 0.5% okay, We are reaching 18 to 23%, and we all still think that we are doing okay. So the focus of the human race is out of that. We don't understand this is a serious problem. So why and how it happened is as simple as this, that all at a sudden, somewhere down the line, human race started producing food in centralized fashion. To put it bluntly, food became corporatized. In the name of green revolution, we produced rice, wheat and sugar in large quantities based on patenting and copyrights. We started taking away the seeds rights of the farmers of the different parts of the world. Now all of the governments are dependent upon the seed companies to get the seeds to grow food. And then they keep claiming, ranting the words food security, this and that. There is no food security on this planet. It's all there, rested in the hands of these food corporates. So the complicated problems apart, each and every human being's health has been going down the drain. And there has been no effort to restore health back. Rather, we have management systems of health. There is a serious effort to keep people sick because we continue to manufacture diseases, diabetes, thyroid, rheumatism, heart blocks, BP, autoimmune diseases, and we keep naming them over a period of time, chronic diseases. And the system has gone so far, so much, that it declares some of these diseases are incurable. And sadly, we have systems in some of the countries, including India. In 1954, they made a law called Wonder Drug Act. Below given diseases cannot be cured by any wonder drug. And if someone advertises saying that this can cure this can cure that, they be put in jail. This is the law. In 1954, a time when we didn't even know the words like diabetes, thyroid, and so they are already in the list. What it means is that the food is going to be sabotaged in India in the next coming 2-3 decades, and we are going to create these kinds of diseases, and then you will continue to go to hospitals to manage them. This is well planned in the boardrooms of these food corporate companies, as simple as that, period. So I produce something in large quantities and make you believe that that is the food for you. You eat that food, you disturb your blood homeostasis. That means the amount of glucose that is released in your bloodstream when you eat rice, wheat and sugar is flooding your blood with glucose. And homeostasis means that glucose has to be in certain particular amount at any given point of time. So human body has 5 to 6 liters of blood. So you cannot exceed beyond 1 gram of fans. Where do I stand so that okay. So when 1 gram of glucose is there in your blood 1 liter, you are balanced. That is glucose balance, and all the other chemicals that are found in blood are very much lower in concentration. So when the main ingredient of the blood is concentration is disturbed, imbalanced, the blood and other organs try to balance it. While balancing it, the glucose is converted to various other metabolites, and that concentration is increasing or decreasing. So you have created imbalance because you are eating rice, wheat and sugar, which floods your blood to the extent of 50 to 60 grams of glucose is dumped in a daily basis. when you eat these three. And these three are the products centrally produced, centrally distributed by the food corporates, and no one knows why we are eating rice and wheat, because no scientist, no expert, no doctor asked the question why we have to eat rice, wheat and sugar. And sugar being the penultimate product in our digestive system, human being should not even put 1 milligram of it on his tongue. But for your kind information, India alone produces 50 lakh tons of sugar per year. And I don't want to comment how much America produces and how much each fellow is eating. If it is 50 grams of sugar dumping in the 5 liters of blood, it is maybe 200 grams in America and Europe. So the excess glucose in the bloodstream is the source of all your lifestyle diseases. So what it really means is that if you stop eating rice, wheat and sugar, 90% of your diseases will disappear. Just disappear. Not curing, they disappear. As simple as that. There will be no diabetes, there will be no BP, there will be no heart block, there will be no thyroid disruption, nothing at all. And that's how humans lived for thousands and thousands and thousands of years on this planet, when they didn't eat rice, wheat or sugar. And that's what was the history of human race. They ate what are called millets. There are 200 varieties of millets on this planet which can be consumed. The word consumed is not right, but everyone says food, we are consuming food. We were eating millets in different parts of the planet. All over the planet, every human tribe or community or large bodies of human conglomerations were eating only millets, because rice and wheat could not be grown. They can be grown where there is lot of soil fertility and lot of water. All over the world, the planet is actually covered by C4 grasses. Even if there is no water, C4 grasses can grow taking environmentally available humidity, and then the grass will grow. C4 grasses, when they grow, when they make grain, they incorporate the fiber along with the carbohydrate, and that's the magic. When you have fiber incorporated with carbohydrate, when you should I use the word consume? When you eat the millets, the glucose is released slowly, steadily and at a regulated pace. Just like that. Whenever you want you can open, whenever you want you can close. Because it is the fiber that does this trick. What it means is that you have eliminated diabetes, BP, because all these diseases are appearing, the body trying to manage the glucose, excess glucose. Why should it manage the excess glucose? If you have too much glucose in the blood starts sucking the water from the living cells. So your living cells are parched. So you will see an acute problem. To avoid the acute problem, the glucose is converted to glycogen, fat, triglycerides, cholesterol, rheumatic factor, different kinds of more of enzymes and meat material. So all at a sudden, any community which started using rice, wheat and sugar started becoming obese. Obese to the extent human beings are now weighing 300 kilos. 3% of human race is weighing 300 kilos. Even if you are 6.5 feet tall, the highest weight you should acquire is 75 kilos. Not more than that. Not more than that. You see, all this abusive food patterns I call it the word abusive because by eating food, we are creating these conditions. Until today, no scientist has been coming forward to tell that this is not our food. Rice, wheat, sugar is not food for human gut because it disturbs the homeostasis of the blood. This is as bluntly as I can put. Here we are, the whole human race thinks rice and wheat and sugar is, hey, come on, that is our food. No one thinks anything else is our food. But thousands of years, human race has eaten millets and they are available everywhere on the planet. You see, this is the biggest problem we are facing. We have done a big scientific mistake at the behest of food corporates. Now, 8% of human kids are born with type 1 diabetes. That means kids are being born with glucose imbalance. The hormonal imbalance is stopping the pancreas to function. Can you believe this? It's all arising out of food. And no expert is talking that food is the reason for the diseases. Because the food being not right, we are causing the diseases. On top of it, we selected milk, complete food, is the advertisement by the experts. We are writing in scientific books, small booklets in the curriculum, food, milk, complete food, because you get calcium out of it. I was stunned. There is no calcium in the milk. 900 milligrams per liter, and it is not available for your absorption. Here, the food corporates are creating scientific myths, and everyone says, in fact, 30 years back I said, don't drink milk. And a small baby, 8-year-old baby from a small village school, calcium ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? That's in my Kannada language. Where do you get calcium from if you don't drink milk? That means these corporate companies have brainwashed even a small village girl. Fact of the matter is, what is milk? Milk is the first food given by a mammalian animal to its baby. And the baby has to be presented with the milk directly from the breast nipple of the mother to the mouth of the baby. And that is the definition of milk. So cow gives milk for whom? For your baby? For its calf. And how should it be presented? The calf's mouth should be on the udder of the cow, and that's the only way milk can be had. That's the only way. And the milk changes its constituents in a matter of 3 weeks, because the mother knows 3 weeks baby when puts the lips on the nipple, the mother gauges. Without her knowledge, the breast gauges and makes the milk differently the next 3 weeks, because the baby has grown 3 weeks and the baby's needs are different from the next coming 3 weeks. In fact, these constitutions are changing dynamically. And after 2 or 2.5 years, mother's milk starts drying up. And lo and behold, God's beautiful act is, there is no enzyme in the baby's tummy after 2.5 to 3 years which can digest milk. That means genetically the mother's milk also cannot be digested by the baby. And by chance you have the second girl or baby born to the same mother. Again she gives milk. Now the first baby doesn't come and drink the milk. Who drinks the milk? The second baby drinks the milk. That means it is so specific. Here we are as a huge human society, genetic modifications, IVF, making each cow give 25 liters. Poor fellows for giving 1 liter or 2 liters. For heaven's sake, these guys didn't even have cows. These Europe and American fellows, they borrowed one from us. And this fellow is not giving milk. 1 liter, it's not enough. So let's do something. They did all this nonsensical science called genetic modifications and said, oh, to make a baby you need to have sperm going into the cow's vagina. What do? This is not happening when they don't have bulls. So they got the sperms and then introduced, and every cow can be introduced, every cow is becoming pregnant, every cow is giving milk. Okay, we do a little more modifications, hormone injections, growth hormones, started giving more and more milk, 25 liters. Here we have, hey, you guys, your cow gives only 1 liter, our cow gives 25 liters. We are number one. Number one is not enough. We are A1 milk. That's how our milk became A2. Whether A2 or A1, milk is not your food. But then what did we do? We started taking that milk and putting in the mouths of our babies. The girls started menstruating at the age of 11, 12, 9, 6. Now we have girls coming to our clinic, menstruation beginning at the age of 3. And no doctor asked a question. No expert cites this. No one has any question about this. In fact, my journey began when I came way back in 1986 or 87. First time I met a girl in Portland, Oregon, in the reception hall of a hospital. 6-year-old girl menstruated. I said, what the heck is going on here? This so-called advanced country. Look, they have been feeding this milk for the girls. And the doctor said, this girl is little early, average 9 and 10. By then itself. Then I look at the girls and women, they have hair on their upper lips. No problem, we have beauty parlors. Can't believe this. So I said, just stop drinking milk. You will have no problems. Isn't it? So now we actually, that's when I began. What are these nonsense things happening? Milk should not be going into your mouth at all. Not even a drop. Not even a drop. Not even a drop. Milk is not enough. They are concentrating the milk and making paneer, cheese, and now you go to India, a very remote village, they are adding paneer tikka and zomato, so you go and eating. Chicken nuggets. So when you cannot have milk, how can you have all these products? So there is something seriously wrong with the human race because the food is sabotaged. It's not food at all. Then you create diseases. No problem, come to us. You take this tablet. How long, doctor? How long? And that's why they are called, instead of calling them lifetime diseases, they are saying lifestyle diseases. Who changed the lifestyle? This is the problem with the human race. It's not India, it's not America, it's not all over the world. These food corporates have sabotaged. The agricultural lands have been converted, dams have been built. The food corporates are dumping fertilizers and pesticides and insecticides, whatnot, spoiling the earth, soiling the soil, and each of these two grains require 8,000 to 10,000 liters per kilo production. So much so that almost the aquifers of earth have dried up, producing this rice, wheat and sugar. Florida Everglades are no more. California is burning because there is no wetness on the soil. Punjab, just touch the ground, you used to have water. Now, 1,000 feet you dig, you have no water. And ISRO recently has declared that there is water only left for 15 years in Punjab. So just in the 40-50 years of growing rice and wheat, we have evaporated all the water. Football of India, Green Revolution, LAG, all names. Now all at a sudden food security is a big problem all over the world, because you cannot grow rice and wheat. Already 28% of food grains shortage is coming every year by year. Each decade we are reducing our yields despite GMOs, despite all advanced technologies of agricultural practices, because the food is produced in centralized fashion. That's why I said food cannot be corporatized. And the food is not food. It's not food. Food gives you health, not sickness. So I am diabetic. I have type 1 diabetes. I have gangrene. My kidney is failing. No problem. We will have dialysis. We will have this. We will have that. We will have MRI scan. We will have PET scan. This scan. That scan. Can you fix the problem? No, you cannot fix the problem. And they are confusing themselves and confusing everyone. Cancer, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, this therapy, that therapy. Oh, it was here. Oh, now it is found here. Oh, from there, it is gone here. It is metastasis. We don't know how it goes. It is meta. Where is the problem? Problem is, you have lost your health in the kitchen. You are searching in the hospitals. How do you fix the problem? Last month, IPL match, Bangalore alone ordered 98 lakh or 93 lakhs orders of Zomato on Swiggy. And we are 1.1 crores in Bangalore. Where is the kitchen? Where is the kitchen? Hey, your wife is still cooking? My wife cooks. Your wife cooks. This is the reaction of the society. Then no one should cook. Cooking is as something is very bad. It's like untouchable philosophy. So in India it slowly happened, this so-called revolution, that women should not cook. If your woman is cooking, if women doesn't cook, men can go and cook. No one should cook. Everyone should order Zomato soup. That means kitchens have to be closed so that we can make things in centralized fashion. In fact, the pizza in New Zealand, pizza in New York, pizza in Durham, pizza in Chamarajanagar tastes the same. Can you believe this has happened? But it has happened. Can we be more stupid than this? We have no questions to ask. That's why this has happened. No one questioned green revolution. No one questioned white revolution. No one is questioning pink revolution. All at a sudden, all the experts in the world are saying, you need protein. For heaven's sake, there is no single protease in your mouth till the stomach. Not even one. The whole proteases in your body, genetically, you analyze, it is only 4%. That means remaining all are different kinds of enzymes. So you eat more protein, you cannot deal with the nitrogen, your kidney will go kaput. No problem, CKD. Come, we have dialysis machines. This is what is happening. You see how scientific myths are created? Oh, protein shake, this shake, soya bean shake. Oh, some protein of that animal is made, dried up and given. Oh, very, very fantastic, heavy strength. All fellows going gym, up, up. Even girls are going gym, up, up. Hormones are going out of whack. They don't know who they are. All this nonsense has happened in the name of science. In the name of science. How do you fix the problem? Go to kitchen. That's what I did in 1980. The moment all these things got into my head, oh God, I have to go back and grow my food and eat. I went back. There was no grain at all. All the grains systematically eliminated from all over the planet. Foxtail millet is known as Italian millet. I went to Italy and asked, what is it? They asked me. Little millet is known as African millet. It's not there. Barnyard millet is known as German millet or Japanese millet. Somewhere in small pockets of small remote villages in Japan, there is still that barnyard millet is used. Himalayan millet, kodo millet is called Himalayan millet, Chinese millet. Chinese have no kodo millet left. They don't know what they are eating. Basically, they eat everything. Rat, cat, bat, doesn't matter. What do we do? Actually, brown top millet is actually American millet. Even today in Colorado, tons and tons, thousands of tons is grown. But the highest apex body of science, FDA, writes on the brown top millet, not for human consumption. This is bird feed. And that's what exactly this green revolution experts said. Hey guys, you're all eating coarse grains, pig food. जानवरों का खाना खा रहे हैं आप लोग? जंतुला आहार दिखनारा. This is exactly the words they use. And all of a sudden, all over the planet, including India, the farmers said, oh, we are not eating the right food. Then all of a sudden, India didn't have food to eat. Then these experts said, hey, here we have PL480, we'll give you the wheat, the rice, please grow. I'll give you fertilizers free. First year they gave free. Next year, you know the corporate business. Today, just last March, today, what is today? July. March financial year, PMO office of India, PM office, PMO, writes 2.39 lakh crores of rupees as write-off to fertilizer companies. And in India, people think 1 kilo of rice costs 50 rupees or 60 rupees. If you calculate the real cost of each kilo produced in India, 3,330 rupees. Where is the money going in between? Gone to the corporate. And we have lost our rivers. Rivers have dried up. So where do we go? They said, Kodo is not your food. And luckily, India was producing all these millets and many more. And in India, the languages being what they are, we have 101 names for each same grain. I don't want to dwell into that. You see how we have created the problem. The rivers are drying, soil is loose, because once you grow C3 grasses, this rice and wheat, the soil loses its microbes, the earthworms, everything. Barren lands are being manufactured by these agricultural practices. We cannot grow any more food in the next 50 years if we continue to do what we are doing, because the soil is gone. All at a sudden, save soil, save soil. Where do you save soil? You continue to eat rice and wheat, coffee, drink. So if all these so-called environmentalists, if you want to save soil, first thing you should utter from your mouth is stop eating rice, stop eating sugar, stop eating wheat. Of course, the byproducts, meat, milk, egg, all that nonsense. And the food industry is the basic reason of carbon footprint. 10 billion tons of carbon dioxide is released from food industry, and the remaining all activities of human race produces 3.9 billion carbon dioxide footprint. Period. No discussion. So what is it that you have to change? What is it that you have to change if you want to save the planet? Huh? Not food habits, food. It is the food production and distribution causing 10 billion carbon dioxide footprint per year. Which country is doing how much? I will not get into details. If you want details, contact me personally. These are bare minimum facts. I have not created. So all of you guys say, oh, we will save the planet. What are you going to save? Keep continuing. I want my personal coffee. I want my donut. I want my gulab jamun. I want my coffee. I want my palau 24/7. Whenever I want, I should order. All these experts. Oh, save soil. You want to save soil? Grow millets. It is the millet grass roots that can hold the top 4-5 inches of layers of the soil. And when you eat millet, there is no diabetes, there is no BP, there is no thyroid, there is no rheumatism, there is no autoimmune disease. How can you say this? I have done experiments. We have fed these 5 grains to each and every kind of diseased, sick persons, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like these experts write graphs and publish papers. We have healed people, tons of them, thousands and thousands. 30 days, we closed down 50 fellows in a field, tied them, fenced them, built a small hut, not this good, hatch like thing, gave them food of millets morning and evening. One fellow was taking 20 minutes in, another fellow was taking 40 minutes in morning and night. Like that, different kind of metformin, glycomate, this, that, all, I don't know, it's all complete confusion. So many medicines. we fed them. After 1 week, their glucose levels started getting controlled. They removed quarter of their medicines. Another week, half the medicine is gone. Another week, 80% of the medicine is gone. By the end of 30 days, no medicine was required. He can clap. BP gone. Thyroid gone. Now the patients we have tracked after 5 years also they are okay. No, they were very unhappy in the arrangements. Because we did that because if I allow, my aunt came, I have to give her coffee. So we give her coffee. My neighbor came, I gave him gulab jamun. You also eat one gulab jamun. So all these things will disturb the experiment. So that's what we did. And 100 to 100 people are okay. And many thousands of people all over the planet are getting better throwing away the medications. Some people do diligently, some people do half and half, this and that, but it takes that much time. So 6 months to 2 years, if you eat millet food, you can throw away all your sickness. Throw away your sickness. And if healthy people eat, you can prevent your diseases as long as you live. Now the contrary, when you go to doctor to take this tablet lifelong, we are telling you, you don't need tablet as long as you live. Which do you want to go with? You want to go to hospital? Or you want to go to that field where we will be tying you up and 30 days you want to eat millets? We don't want to tie you up. Please go back to your home and kitchen and cook and eat millets. Will you do that? And we have seen hundreds of people doing this. Why hundreds? Thousands. Why thousands? Lakhs of people. And everyone can get better because millets are the food that God has made to feed your gut. When you eat millets, gut microbes increase. And that too there is a particular procedure to make fermented porridge, and if you eat, in fact we have cured blood cancer, pancreatic cancer, brain cancer, breast cancer. Actually many people report within 6 weeks once they start this porridge, fermented porridge, and then expose themselves to the sun, early morning sun, when the sun is rising, the orange color sun. People find the results amazingly quick, so much so that people calling me miracle man. I am not doing any miracle. Miracle man is someone like Christ or Sai Baba come and touches you, you are all right. I have not seen them, I have not touched them, and I don't claim to and I don't intend to. Anyone on this planet can eat these millets and start eliminating their diseases. If not in 30 days, 3 years. And taking full range. Autoimmune diseases, mentally retarded kids. There are many more elements other than millets to cure all types of illnesses. We have worked out diligently for every lifestyle disease and disease name. We have tabled them and made small book called Siri Jivana Lifestyle. And we named these grains Siridhanya 20 years ago. And luckily for us, we have got a Prime Minister who understood the importance of the food nutrition, food security, food safety, and beyond all this, even our Prime Minister is not talking as food sovereignty. the ultimate right of the farmers to the food. You don't need to go and buy the seeds from these seed companies. That happens, and I am afraid that they are ready to do even for millets. So they go and tinker a little bit here and then patent that and say, this is better than your seed, and start using this. And the governments are ready to be hand in glove with these companies. And that's what has happened all along. And not even a single word is wrong in the history of food corporate culture we are going. Unless you decorporatize food, there will be no health on this planet. And you will continue to produce sick people, and more bizarre sicknesses are going to haunt the human race. Because food is the source of your health and source of your disease if gone wrong. The oils are such an important ingredient because the brain, when it is made, requires good fat material. So the natural oil materials have to be supplied when the mother is bearing the kid. When the sperm is being synthesized, all these things matter. And we have been successful in making the right oils taken by the mentally retarded kids, the kids that were restless, the kids that could not have eye contact, the kids that were violent, the kids that were running away, knowing not where they are going. All these kinds of issues were solved in a matter of 3 months to 1 year when the right oils are given. We have identified, being in India, the oils that are local: safflower oil, Niger seed oil, till oil, that is sesame seed oil, groundnut oil, coconut oil, work wonders in bringing back the harmony of these lost souls. Because there are kids born not knowing who they are themselves. Even if the problem is that serious, we could bring back harmony into that body and soul. Are you understanding what I am saying? Fits, paralysis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. In India, you have to sign a check. If the sign does not match, they don't give you the money. So there are a lot of people who are not able to sign. Their hands are shaking. So what they have to do, they have to have a notary saying that this sign belongs to this person and I notarize it. Such cases, hundreds, not hundreds, thousands have come, started eating millets and drinking these oils. Their signature became steady again. And they presented that, and all that is in the bank said, no, this is not your sign, it should be your notary should be. Then he has to go to a notary and say, this is my sign. I mean, that's the kind of miracle. And so they said, I am a miracle man. I said, I am not a miracle. If you eat the food right, the detoxing takes place in your body. And all diseases are because, not of nutrition, it's because the metabolic waste is not removed. And that is the problem with the present day corporate food. No rice, no wheat, no milk, no egg, no chicken, no meat can remove the toxic morbid waste left behind in each and every cell. That is where the disease begins. That is the disease origin. And who can remove the fiber, this wonderful C4 grasses, because of lack of water while they are brown top millet has got 12.5% of fiber. Foxtail millet has got 8% fiber. And what is left behind? Barnyard millet has got 10%. And there are many more millets. Finger millet has got 3.6. Pearl millet, bajra has got 1.2 or 1.7. So all are below 3.6. So if there is enough amount of fiber to carbohydrate, the ratio becomes 1. Those grains can heal you out of diseased condition because there is enough fiber to start taking out the toxic morbid waste from different kinds of cells in your body and heal you. So these millets are not just nutraceuticals. The same experts who said these grains are coarse, fig, pea, feed, all these, the same experts now are telling millets are nutraceuticals. The same mouths are mouthing this word. Because we started healing people with the millets. But they are not nutraceuticals, they are healing grains. Because in the millet group, major millets, finger millet, pearl millet, proso millet, and corn, though it is not millet because the size of the grain is big, we cannot call it millet. Millet means milli, small. Millet, piglet, piglet, chiclet, like that, millet. So minor millets, that means they are very small. Major millets, these 5 grains which I have told you, which have got higher percentage of fiber, are actually minor millets. And the beauty is minor millets require 20 centimeters of rainfall is good enough. 20 centimeters to 10 centimeters also. Major millets require 40 to 60 centimeters of rainfall. That is available everywhere, almost anywhere on the planet. Even near a desert you can get 10 centimeters. That means you can grow these grains anywhere and everywhere on this planet. And the temperature range is from 10 degrees to 50 degrees. Whereas rice and wheat will go kaput if the temperature increases 3 more degrees. You understand the difference? And so when you eat millets, you are not only bringing back health to the human body, you are bringing back health to the planet itself. But sadly, no one knows where these millets are. What are these millets? What is millet? That's what they asked when I went back. I said, it's my job, go and search. I went nook and corners of many villages, collected fistful of these grains growing in my backyard. I didn't have land, agriculture. And I could not buy agriculture because I didn't have the history of having land. The peculiar rules in India. But then we managed to fool the system. Somehow I brought one agricultural commissioner fell for my lectures and said, okay, I will grant you the right to buy land. So I bought a piece of land and then I produced that certificate and I bought 8 acres of barren land, then produced jungle and grew my food, 38 different kinds of food that is used in our kitchen. No, I don't eat meat, I don't drink milk, I don't touch egg. I started growing my food. I had actually no problem. Health-wise, I had absolutely no problem and I don't have any problem even now. That's a separate issue. So I started giving the grains to farmers. I went to the farmers and badly, the farmers had diabetes, farmers had gangrene, farmers had kidney problems. So I told them, if you eat this, your diseases will go. So I cured 10 or 15 farmers. Then they said they are growing that. They grew it. And then I went to Bangalore and gave a lecture. They wanted it. So we started connecting the farmers who are growing that. Consumers. The word consumers I don't like. But that's what it is used. The corporates want you to consume everything. Consume, consume, consume. So we started connecting and the diabetes patients in Bangalore started getting hit. I went on doing this for more than 5 years. I went to 5,000 villages. I distributed the grains, the seeds to grow. Now in Uttar Karnataka, almost lakhs of farmers are growing. In fact, we have the maximum producers of minor millets. And thousands and thousands of people are getting benefited. In fact, farmers committing suicides have come down once they start growing millets. And it's happening. So I said I will eat my food, and that's how I went back from America. I didn't think that I would want to change people or do this, do that. And then once this started happening, my wife said one day, why don't you go and tell one more village? Then I went and told in one village. They were happy. And sadly what happened to me is that those fellows called my wife and said they are doing good. My wife said, go to other village. The orders were coming. So I told almost 5,000 villages. The problem became more. Now different cities started calling me. Now I don't know how many places I have visited. I have gone to Nigeria, I have gone to UAE, I have come to US, it is a third visit, going different places. And Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat, Calcutta, all states, and the books that we have written have been translated into almost all languages. And we said the information has to be distributed. So we don't have copyright, copyleft, there is no patent. You can download freely all the books from Google. There is Facebook page called, I didn't name it, they call it Dr. Khader lifestyle. It's not my lifestyle. It's not my lifestyle, it's God's lifestyle. I mean, it's, for heaven's sake, beautiful millets cannot be my lifestyle. I just follow the millet food. So you can download all the books freely. There is one more channel called Millet Magic Dr. Sarla. Dr. Sarla happens to be my daughter. She does this more vigorously than I do. She conducts 3-day, 5-day courses, informing everything in detail, the science of the cooking, everything she does. She has put a lot of videos, how to cook dokla, how to cook paratha, how to cook noodles, how to cook everything she has done. And she tagged all these books. You can, few recent videos, you can go to the display box and download these books. And my wife keeps sending me to different places. Because I miss my wife, I'm running around all places. When I go, my wife says, I'm going to Bangalore, I want to visit my sister and because we have a dog that has to be taken. The dog was beaten, his leg was almost, it became, so my daughter breeds the dog and says, we take it. And that's what is happening. We have been having so many dogs, so many cats like that. So one of us have to be in the home to take care of these animals. So actually we are happy, we are fine with this. Many people ask me, why don't you bring your wife? I said, I don't bring my wife. My wife has sending me. So she wants to come, she will come. But she hardly travels. She doesn't like traveling. Huh?
Take phone order from her.
Every order. Order from wife, it will be it phone, be it fax, be it. Because we are having only phones now. We used to have no such things. In fact, she used to send fax like that. We did all that. And I am happy listening to my wife. And we can good if all men listen to their wives. Go to the kitchen, cook your food, help your wife, learn from her, because if and when she goes, you don't go and order Zomato and Swiggy. Okay? And that's my sincere advice for all the men. Don't order food from outside, you do not know what they are giving you. All taste powders, chemicals, all nonsensical things. Stabilizers, preservatives, oh, what not. I mean, you should go and see how they make the food in the industrial level. You just can't imagine. So I keep telling my friends, have you seen how it is made? Have you seen how it is made? Because we do not have time. We think we are doing some great things. You get up, you are not able to shift properly. I send rocket to the Mars, but you are not able to shift properly in the morning, because Dalcolax is a single tablet sold by pharmaceuticals to evacuate every day morning, laxative. And we call ourselves advanced. We need to evacuate or defill ourselves. We have forgotten how to defill ourselves. Only if your anus is completely open, the shit comes out. But what are we doing? We shit like this, eat like this. It is half closed and half open. So when you eat, it should be completely closed. When you shit, it should be completely open. There are two different postures. Two different postures. One is called Sukhasana, another is called Malasana. I will show you Malasana, I will not show Sukhasana because my pajama will get bad. This posture, where you have centering yourself on the 6 toes and you are supporting your buttocks with the heels. This posture is called Malasana. Your anus is completely open. The peristaltic movement of the bowels happens freely. Within 2 minutes, you can throw away the shit. That's how Indian commode was. Now we don't have Indian commode in India. Okay, Dr. Khader came and said Malasana. Tomorrow you don't start doing it. You will fall flat and break your nose. You have to practice it slowly and steadily. But that is the only way you can shit scientifically. Please do start teaching your kids. Make arrangements. You can put some slates on your so-called Western commode and start practicing this. Make adjustments. You will see, by defilling this manner, within 3 weeks, your mental illnesses will start coming down. Because in Malasana, you not only defill, you also center your nervous system. Your mind becomes calm. In fact, I have cured one chartered accountant, I don't want to tell the name and place. He was angry. He was throwing things at his wife. The moment he started practicing this form of defilling, within 3 weeks, he is so calm now. His wife came and touched my feet. He didn't even eat millets completely. He just started to eat it. So much wonderful benefits. And if you all practice these things, we have tabulated and written everything in the booklets which you can download freely, and I think organizers have got the PDFs they can distribute, and it is, you don't need ask anyone, you can distribute to any number of people you want. Okay? So I personally believe that we can make the whole planet healthy and start closing down the hospitals one by one. If your science is right, we should eliminate the hospitals. But in the last 7 decades, the fact is other way around. We are increasing the number of hospitals, number of doctors, number of everything. So that's why I felt the science is not going in the right direction. If our science is right, we should be becoming healthy, and more importantly, our resources of the planet should be planned, and the only way you can do is eating millets, which consume, they don't consume, they conserve all the natural resources. So my request and prayer to the human race is to come out of this consuming culture to conserving culture. And ecological model is our goal, where we preserve, where we conserve both fauna, flora and the natural resources that are material, non-material, living and non-living. All things put together makes this planet a wonderful home for human race. Let's preserve and conserve. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Only then I was able to sleep. I have tried so many diets, vitamins, eating salad in the nights, nothing worked. And luckily in January of this year, I watched Dr. Khader sir's recipe on how to make ambali. Ambali is Java we call. And within a week of following that protocol, I started sleeping immediately after I go to bed. It was like a magic. It never used to happen before that. I mean, I was struggling all through the night, and suddenly I started following this diet, completely going on millets without wheat, rice or milk. It works like magic. So I am so thankful to Dr. Khader sir for doing this for us, and it was like a godsend. And I also realized, like whenever I take breakfast in the morning, I get like brain fog. After eating breakfast, it clogs my brain and I am not able to function without taking a nap. So that also has disappeared. So it is just pure magic for me, because all through my years as a student also I used to suffer, but nobody could help me. They used to give vitamins, vitamin tablets, but nothing helped. Iron tablets and all that, but nothing helped ever. But after this, my brain fog has gone, and it. I have enthusiasm to work during the day. So that has been the magic for me, and Dr. Khader has been a godsend for me at least. So I am telling everybody to follow this diet. So thank you, sir.
Thousands of this. People who do not have kids can bear kids. People who had 8 times IVF, following this, had healthy kids. Diabetes, type 1 diabetes. Kids have to take insulin lifelong. 6 months they have thrown away their insulin. All these things, people say it's magic. It's not magic. It's science, perfect science. Science of millets.
We have diabetic and she's 76 years old. When she started taking millets, her sugar levels are going down drastically. So she's scared to continue. How to address this?
That's what you wanted. Why are you scared? So what you do is eat once a day, evening once, 2 times, and you will be fine. But most importantly, you need to have the regulating body in your system. So your microbial imbalance is what makes this So once you take ambali, that is fermented porridge for first 3 weeks, then the body starts getting regulated. So the sugar levels will never go down completely, because millets have enough carbohydrates, keeps giving you the energy and sugars whenever you want. So please continue, don't be scared, but take ambali. Ambali is fermented porridge at least once a day on a regular basis for the next 6 months. Then everything gets regulated, nothing to fear.
Also the dose of anti-diabetic medication.
Actually that is the problem, because you are doing that.
Come down.
Yeah, I remove that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's double whammy. So
Yeah, the medication that you are taking slowly within 3 to 5 weeks you should reduce.
A yoga teacher told me that people with pitta constitution like me should avoid millets. Can I
No.
continue?
This yoga teacher doesn't know what he or she is talking about. They don't know what food is, so don't worry about it. Soak the millets well, make your food and eat, nothing will happen. Millets are food for human gut, not for Indians, not for Americans, not for Red Indians. Any animal that has mouth to anus and which walks on 2 legs can eat millets.
So continuing on this, you just mentioned about ambali, right? So does ambali help kids with hypotonic to low muscle tone? Does it help physical growth, or how about protein?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. The answer is absolutely it will help.
For growing kids, especially those playing sports, what can we substitute for eggs? I mean, there are a few questions here. Do you want to listen, or do you want
I
to?
want.
We don't get all the types of leaves prescribed for kashayam here in the US. Any suggestions?
Yeah, there are enough leaves in USA. You have pine leaves, you have live oak leaf, you have ilex leaf, you have many leaves. We have actually got a small booklet published for American conditions, the immune leaves, everything. And pudina, mint, fenugreek, cilantro, many other leaves that are there in the book are available here also. So absolutely no problem. Whatever is available in your surroundings, start with them and then start acquiring. Go to nursery, get the saplings, put it in your backyard and start using. And when weather is bad, put them inside your house, take care of them, you will be fine. Yeah, you can download from the book. It's there in the Facebook also, and we will give it to the organizers, they can download.
Actually, it is not going with the not subscription drive. It is maintained by Dr. Sarla. So just download a lot of language, Telugu, English, everything is there. I mean, my daily questions you can post on Raj, you can tell the same thing in mind.
Basically, if you want to get more information right after this session, there is a WhatsApp group, like people are going with a QR code, just scan it and join. In the description of the QR code, there is a Google Drive where you can go and download the files. Even if you have any question, feel free to post it in the WhatsApp group, we'll answer them. Thank you.
I have a QR code if anyone wants. Even I also have a QR code.
Yeah. So for growing kids, especially those playing sports,
Yeah.
what can we substitute for eggs?
Eggs, you don't need to eat. First of all, there is no substitution. Without eggs, human beings can live very happily. Okay? Actually, the question I will take it in a different way. What do you do for protein? If you ask me, then I would answer that question. And there is not enough protein in any plant, any animal systems. You have more protein in lentils, pulses. Given 100 grams, you have 20 to 26 grams of protein in many of the different lentils. And the highest protein present in animal meat is 16%. That's all. And for all experts and everyone, the protein that you need is only 3 to 6%, not beyond. So don't worry, we have in millets all the protein you want. Foxtail millet has got 11.5% protein. Proso millet has got 12% protein. Brown top millet has got 11.2% protein. So there is no problem, no worry about protein. You have protein everywhere. If you eat millets, you can forget about protein. It is there already. And if you want more protein, just eat a fistful of moong dal, or fistful of chana dal, or fistful of rajma beans, or fistful of peanuts. And you don't get all of these, go around, you have lot of pines, pick them, you have pine nuts. The pine nuts have beautiful protein and beautiful milk can be made from pine nuts. All over the world, America can feed the babies with pine nut milk. So wonderful for health. So you want something the planet can provide, not for 6 billion people, 60 billion people. But the problem is we are choosing the food wrong. That's all.
Yeah, I think you already answered one question. Can enough millet be produced for mankind? I think
Absolutely, absolutely. I told you we have Punjab 15 years water left. You give me that, I will produce millet for 600 years. For whole planet. That kind of amount you can produce. Not 6 billion, 60 billion people we can give food tomorrow. Because they grow in 3 months.
So are you suggesting 3
What's-
weeks of, oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah, just one second. So what salt can we use? We don't get wet coarse salt here. Is Himalayan pink salt?
Yeah, Himalayan pink salt or salt from the oceans, you can easily get. At least in India and other countries we still manage to get. And the table salt, flowing salt is laden with desiccant. Desiccant means it throws away water. How do you think your salt is dry all the time? Because there is desiccant. It repels water. That is the thing. So that's why your salt does not absorb water from the atmosphere. So you do not want to use that salt. That's what they are trying to communicate. And there is enough pink salt, Himalayan salt, rock salt. There are different kinds of things which do not have this. So shift to that story.
Would eating millets make nut allergies and other food allergies disappear?
Like that. Take Ambali for 6 weeks, all your autoimmune problems will come down by half. Another 6 weeks, they will disappear.
Will you give the recipe for ambali?
Can eating millets cure or make alopecia problems also disappear?
Absolutely. If you are young, of course. If you are 80-year-old and have bald head, I cannot cure. 8-year-old girls and boys have alopecia, it will disappear in a matter of 6 months.
How effective are millets in solving autism?
Absolutely. We have healed so many. I have told you the procedure also. Give the oils and feed the millets in a matter of 6 months to 2 years. More than 100 kids we have seen completely becoming almost normal. In fact, few of my cases, some of the kids have passed 10th class with first class marks.
Is it safe to take buttermilk, curds and ghee because milk is not human food? Please suggest.
Yeah, milk, when you ferment with lactobacillus, loses its animal protein and everything. So that's why you can take buttermilk, not milk. So the ghee, the butter is products of fermented milk. But you cannot get milk. So how do you think of? You do not want to go and torture the animals getting milk. So you have pine nut milk, you make pine nut curd, pine nut butter, everything you can make. Groundnuts you can make. You can make from many of these oily nuts, wonderful milk, wonderful curds, bajra pearl millet, you can make wonderful curd. So a lot of alternatives are there.
So even our mythological stories quote rice. So isn't that consumed for many, many
Yeah, the
centuries?
mythological
So why
rice.
is it that
No, no,
way?
no. Rice is not the white rice. Rice, Koda rice, foxtail millet is called Priyangu rice, Samangu rice. All are rice, all are anna. These are anna kosha we call. This is the anna. So white rice nowadays everyone is using, they think that is our rice. It is one of the rice varieties.
Now, if only cane sugar is a problem, are we okay with sugar or sweetness in fruits?
Yeah,
If
fruits and toddy palm, fishtail palm, silver date palm. There are many palm jaggeries you can make which are fructose based. Fructose is sister of glucose. It is just like glucose but not glucose. So our body doesn't recognize and get disturbed. So you can eat palm jaggery now and then if you have a sweet tooth, no problem. Even if you are diabetic, you can eat palm jaggery, palm sugar. There are 5 to 6 kinds of palm sugar, no problem. Fishtail palm is there, toddy palm, silver date palm, khajur palm. All these give you sugars and we can produce enough for 20 billion people, not 7 billion people. Eeta bellam, yeah, here. This is silver date palm. I think this is toddy palm. Okay, this is silver date palm. It's very sweet, very tasty and actually gives you immunity. Whereas if you eat sugarcane jaggery or sugarcane sugar, you lose immunity in no time. And that is the advantage. Thank you. Yeah, coconut sugar also, but coconut sugar you cannot produce enough because their efficiency yields are less. Each tree gives you 3 liters of sap per day, whereas toddy palm gives you 10 liters. Fishtail palm gives you 20 liters. That's why. So you should have many more coconut trees to match this.
So this is about some children having seizures.
Fits, seizures, convulsions. Like that, 6 months to 1 year you can cure. We have cured thousands of kids.
And on the same lines, like because whether in India there is no eczema for children in India.
Yeah, skin problems, no issues at all. Even ichthyosis. Do you know what is ichthyosis? When you sleep in the night, get up in the morning, your bed is having 1 kilo of scales, just like fish scales. That is called ichthyosis. Even that problem is cured with the millet food.
So no eczema, because in the US there's a whole lot of eczema, but in
India, a lot of people have eczema.
Oh, okay.
Lot of people. It's all food going wrong. And that's why they are not able to cure.
May I ask one question here, like how to...
Let's finish.
So yeah, I think this is also like knee pain cured without surgery.
Yeah.
Refined oil is good or not?
There are people who are about to fix their replacement knees. They have come to us and thousands of them have got healed. They are walking now, no problem. In fact, people who are on bed due to autoimmune rheumatis kind of conditions are now driving their cars and no problem at all. Hundreds of them. Absolutely no problem.
And similarly on that,
Where do you find the protocols? You just download and then follow the protocol.
on the same lines, will pearl millet disrupt thyroid functioning?
No. Actually, there is a problem here. One England doctor went to Kenya or another country nearby in Africa and found in a village few of the women had goiter. And then he asked them, what do you eat? They said phony millet. Then he came back to England and wrote an article in a journal, medical journal, saying that millets are goitrogenous and thyroid problem. He didn't do any experiment. And this fear of people saying millets cause thyroid, America has got You know how many percent of people have got thyroid problem? Do you know? 25% of the people are thyroid patients. Americans do not even know what millet is. So how do they have 25% of people thyroid problem? Have I answered the question?
Yes. Sure. So now, I went from vegetarian to vegan or dairy-free for some time. My B12 levels decreased. I developed neuropathy. What do you recommend for B12 supplementation?
There is no supplement. You take fermented porridge, the microbes in your gut will start making vitamin B12. There is no vitamin B12 supplement in the world. It is you who have to make vitamin B12 with the help of the microbes in your gut. So, get your microbial balance right, your vitamin B12 will be alright.
No, that question was from me. So I take vitamin B from supplement, sublingual.
Does not solve your problem.
So no, since then, I went back to dairy, milk and yogurt. So
Yeah, yogurt, same thing. Lactobacillus is there. That's what is supplying you vitamin B12.
right, but with millets, there's no lactobacillus, right?
No, with millets fermented porridge, not just lactobacillus, you have various biodiversified microbes.
Okay,
So the fermented porridge is 1,000 times better than your buttermilk.
Yeah, I would like to add one thing, sir. After I started watching your video 3 months ago, I used to take vitamin B12 supplements. Even if I don't take one day, I used to feel tired and I used to have a lot of hair loss problem. But for the past 3 months, I've been having ambali, one big cup every day. Afternoon, ambali with whatever, pappu, char,
Yeah.
dal, whatever. Night, it would be millets, idli, dosa. No hair loss. I've stopped B12 long back. I don't need it. From morning to night, same energy levels. And in fact, afternoon lunch, like we all work from home, right? So after lunch, if you eat your rice, you feel sleepy. With millets, you don't feel that way. So it has, ambali has everything that has it.
Ambali is your elixir for human gut. It's like amruta. You don't need to take too much. You need only, as she said, 1 tumbler. That's all. After that, you can eat your millet food, idli, dosa, whatever you want. You give a 5-minute gap because the ambali has to flow in and go to the gut and then settle down. After that, you can eat.
So the probiotics.
Don't worry about prebiotic, probiotic.
So-
They are confusing you. Just drink ambali, you will be fine.
Jayashree Garu is one of our physicians here, local physicians. So she has so many questions always.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, please talk to him in one-on-one if you need. And if we eat the fiber with other foods like avocado, leafy vegetables and nuts, so does it also have the same effect like millets? Because millets have carbs.
Yeah, there is no fiber like millet fiber on this planet. There are fibers in many foods, but they are not matured. They are not having lignans. So it is the lignans in different millet, cleaning different organs gives you the complete health. So the fiber in the millet food is absolutely different from the fibers that you get in vegetables or fruits or something else. They are not matured fiber. So you cannot substitute millet fiber with any other fibers. So people say avocado has this fiber, this has this much fiber, but they don't have healing effect as the millet fiber.
What happened to quinoa?
Quinoa is not a grain at all. It is a seed of a leaf, Quinopodium quinoa. So don't bother about it. It is a trend, just a business proposition.
So sir, when we make millets in clay pot and we simply eat it like rice, so does it give any benefit or we have to make ampli or later?
No. You can eat rice, you can eat roti, you can make paratha and eat. But eat once minimum ambali, 1 tumbler, because that's the doctor within you. So you want a doctor working for you all the time, 24/7.
So every day 1 cup.
1 cup minimum. If you like, there are people in India, many cancer patients got well and they said, we will not need to cook anything, simply we will make ambali and be happy. They are like that now for the last 20 months. They take morning ambali, evening ambali with some vegetables and some dishes. They are happy and they are doing fine. Actually, one 80-year-old man came with prostate cancer and he did this. Within 6 weeks, he started becoming all right. Now it's been 20 months. He's in fact walking more, doing things that he has stopped doing for the last 10 years. Because now he has got so much energy, he is walking now 10 kilometers per day, which he was not able to put 10 steps. And he used to wake up in the night every 1 hour, prostate problem. It's all disappeared.
So one meal of millet is okay as long as even though we take other foods during the day. Like
No. She's putting words into my mouth. No. One meal of millet a day is good enough for you to be healthy. That doesn't mean the next 2 meals you will go and hog rice and chicken. Then you are not going to be healthy. You understand? And in fact, I eat once a day. I eat today morning and I don't need to eat food at all till next day morning.
you drink something in between.
Yeah, I drink water, I drink some juice.
So, but kids consumes a lot of energy. Kids' metabolism is.
Even kids, if they eat well in the morning, they can play till evening and they don't need food. Within 6 months, that change will happen. First few days, they may want to eat, but you keep giving them this food. Whenever they come back and ask food, you give millet food again. So after 6 weeks to 2 months, the kids also do not want to eat that often because the body starts getting regulated by millet.
So one last, I think I completed most of the questions, but I have this lady Lavanya, registered dietitian. I think most of the questions that you had I've already addressed. Do you have any specific questions now?
Come this side. No, don't be near the speaker.
So I just have a quick question about rice. So a lot of kids here have allergies to corn, wheat, soy, and the only thing that we put them is like on a rice-based diet, like a temporary period of time. How do you...
You have foxtail millet and...
the thing is, some of those millets are not tested here. So as I belong to the board, I cannot suggest certain things that are not tested.
You test and suggest.
I don't have a lab that I can test. The only 2 millets that are tested here are little and frozen millet. Little and frozen.
Yeah, both are good.
But it is not tested with the academy that I belong to. So if I say and something it doesn't work with them, I lose my license. That's the thing.
Go to the fellows, ask them to test. That's all.
It's not that easy here. But my question is about how about having small quantities of brown rice if they are severely allergic to other things? That's my question.
No, but brown rice doesn't heal anything. Doesn't heal anything. You want to get rid of the allergy, you follow the... We have protocols, of course. And you just... It will go away. Autoimmune diseases, serious autoimmune diseases have been healed.
And my second question to that is, just like wheat has certain issues with like gluten and gliadin, that is causing an issue with an autoimmune problem, how does rice come into the picture with in terms of creating or making autoimmune?
Rice is disturbing the homeostasis of the blood itself.
Okay, that's what I get.
Where is the...
No, I understand that part
Yeah.
in terms of blood sugars,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking, is there any allergy component associated
Allergy
with that?
component is associated with the batches of the rice grown in different parts of the world, different kinds of fertilizers and pesticides being residue. So if some particular, say Florida grows rice, that particular residue could be allergic or causing trouble to some group of people.
One thing I have identified in my practice is a lot of rice has issues with their skin. People have issues, they have issues with rice because of the arsenic content, which is a heavy
No,
metal
actually,
accumulation.
it's not due to arsenic content. Actually, what happens is you have excess glucose being produced, the body starts stashing away glucose itself in some parts of the skin, adipose parts. So that's what starts creating problem for some kids. So, and then arsenic accumulates and then basically the problem becomes enhanced. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Oats.
Yeah, oats. Yeah, I will take. Oats, barley, rye. These are all not sustainable grains because you cannot produce enough of them because they are also restricted area. In that particular places only they grow. You cannot grow oats everywhere. Whereas millets can be grown everywhere. And oats do not have enough fiber. They have only 4% fiber. So they cannot heal many of the diseases. Certainly oats is better than wheat. Okay?
Sir, I have another question. I can wait.
None. He has been asked.
Yeah, now there are a lot of brands coming in the millets. So
If you go to Indian store here, we have different type of brands, different type of millets. How to choose a correct one?
Choose the unpolished one. Have a trusted person once or twice. Go and buy that. And then after a few months of using that, then you will start knowing which is right or wrong. So first few steps have to be guided by people who have had the experience.
Yeah.
Does millets get adulterated?
In what sense?
Like mix up with some other seeds? Like people are mixing up like turmeric with something else. They're being adulterated.
Yeah, in business anything can happen.
Okay. My second question, like when we say millets, can we grow them in our backyards?
Yeah, of course.
But all the millets, like whatever we
Yeah,
get in the
all
store, they can grow or
No, they are rice. They are dehusked. You need seeds.
Okay.
You need seeds.
Where do we get the seeds?
In America, I do not know. In India, you can get everywhere now. Brown top millet you can get. Sir, brown top millet you can get.
Sir, as I said, I followed a lot of your videos, and in some of your videos you've mentioned that this dry nuts and dry fruits is something you don't recommend at all.
Yes.
But some time ago you said that instead of for yogurt making from regular milk, you can try to make it with a nut milk. What nut?
Groundnut. We said groundnut.
So here in the US, groundnut allergy is very prevalent.
But groundnut milk will not have any allergy because water soluble products generally have no issues with anyone. So groundnut milk you soak,
Squeeze.
and get the milk. So the material left in the cloth is what will have problems. So groundnut milk will not have problems.
So groundnut, pine nut.
Pine nut milk is very good. Actually.
Okay.
I have checked. Pine nut milk curd is very good, very tasty. So in America, everyone can have pine nut milk and all that.
Like we
Even
also
actually
get.
we make sweets with pine nuts. Very good sweet we can make with toddy palm jaggery and pine nut milk and millet flour.
What about almond and walnuts? Because those are also easily available here.
Almond and walnuts and all are processed. They are dry fruits. They are called dry fruits. You know why they are called dry fruits? It doesn't absorb water. Why it doesn't absorb water? There is a thin coat of desiccant. That's why I don't want anyone to eat dry fruits because they are specifically coated with desiccants. So if you can grow your own cashew nut and dry in the sun and not, that you can use. I have no problem. Coated. In different parts of the world, different kinds of desiccants.
So just like how you soak peanuts, how about you soak cashew nuts and almonds, then can you use them?
No, the desiccant will not go. That's why if you have a cashew nut plant, you can almond plant, I have no problem. I am not blaming almonds, I am not blaming cashew nuts. I am blaming the dry cashew nut, dry almonds coming from the shops. you can grow if you want. I mean, actually in my jungle, we have cashew nut tree. So whenever I get time, I go there and bring some cashew nuts. But you don't need cashew nuts. You don't need cashew nuts.
Doctor, I have two questions. One question is that how to maintain, of course I maintain my kitchen with Millets, but when we go out, how to maintain your protocol? And then the second question is, if you, how many meals you should be eating?
Yeah. How many times you eat? Nowadays doctors are telling eat every 2 hours or 3 hours once. Eat at 8 o'clock, eat at 11 o'clock, eat at 2 o'clock. Don't eat the way the doctors are advising you. Very simple. That's not the right way. Right way is if you can eat once and eat tomorrow morning once, that's the best way. And in our language, ಒಪ್ಪತ್ತುಂಡುವ ಯೋಗಿ, ಇಪ್ಪತ್ತುಂಡುವ ಭೋಗಿ, ಮೂವತ್ತುಂಡುವ ರೋಗಿ, ನಾಲ್ಕವತ್ತುಂಡುವನೇ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ. I hope you understand. And it is true, if you eat once, you are going to be very healthy. But you can eat twice. And all growing kids and all, please eat 3 times also, but eat millets. Over a period of 5 to 6 months, it will regulate you and you will also start eating twice, morning and evening. And don't ever think of eating lunch. The problem with after English came, we have breakfast, lunch, dinner, before snacks, after dinner, dessert. All this is very unhealthy way of eating. And why are we eating like that? Because it is consuming culture. They want to keep selling you something or the other. So you get used to it and you think you have to eat 5 times. So you have no other business other than eating. Even if you are diabetic, even if you are cancerous, keep eating, keep eating. Once a day is fine. But your diabetes will vanish in a matter of 30 days. So where is question of being diabetic?
Second question.
I have no problem. What is your second question?
How to maintain your protocol?
Don't go anywhere. Protocol means you are a sick fellow. So don't run around. Just wait for 6 months and then you can go. 6 months, follow your protocol. Then you will get enough strength and health. Even if you go out one side one day and disturb yourself, nothing happens. No, that's my serious suggestion. You are following a protocol, don't go outside. Strictly follow the protocol. Thank you. Thank you for your... Oh, one more question. Yeah. It's a good question. Don't combine 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Eat 1 minute at a time because each minute has a specific healing property. So it heals your liver, it heals your blood, it heals your lungs. So each minute has different working zone in your body. So eat 2 days of foxtail, 2 days of kodo, 2 days of that. If you mix all of them and eat, nothing gets cleaned up. That is the logic. So you eat 1 at a time. So you eat foxtail millet 2 days or 3 days if you want. Again shift to kodo millet 3 days. And if you have no problems, eat at least once, 1 day a millet. Each day you can change. But if you are sick, according to me, you should follow 2 to 3 days millet, even if you have no problems. And if you have problems, follow the protocol. Eat at 7 or 8 p.m. Same day. That's it. And now I have leftover ambali, I put in the fridge and eat tomorrow. Don't do that. Then if you want, you don't want to throw, you make the ambali, you add some banana or mango, make smoothie, keep it in the fridge. It is not ambali anymore. You will have a nice smoothie in the morning. That's it. You don't need to have buttermilk. You can just plain ambali. You like with buttermilk, you can put buttermilk. You want pickle, you can put pickle. Anything you like, you can add to ambali when you are about to eat. want it, I have no problem. But I don't like anything in this process, period. Shall we close? Thank you very much.